Shalom. All honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Double honors to the apostles, elders, and teachers at Great Millstone for teaching me this 100% truth about our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and the true reason why he's coming back, which is to save the elect remnant of the house of Israel from their enemies and those that hate them, and to take over the earth and universe, which was given to him by the mighty Yahweh himself, the Ancient of Days, wherein our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, will establish righteousness throughout the whole earth and universe, forever under the kingdom of the heaven of the Israelites. Shalom, Akim and Akwath. We one day closer to the kingdom. It's your brother Hadab Yarbad back with a quick lesson because we got a big event coming up on the 18th. They finna have a No King's Day 2 rally, right? For because everybody mad at DJ and all these tariffs he been putting on these other countries, which is affecting who? The American public. They also tired of the way that them 48 fakers get to have total influence over the whole political system with the Democrats and Republicans, right? So this for the hopeful elect. We know through the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High Power, we ain't supposed to do nothing, follow no multitude. So I'm going to start off with Exodus 23 and 2. I go to 1, because everybody already saying it's going to be a false flag event. They're trying to do order our chaos. Order our chaos. Right? They come with a problem, get a reaction from the people, then they get the solution. They get a solution from the problem that they created. Order ad ko, right? Thou shalt, Exodus 23 and 1, thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness, right? So now, like I said, we're going to read the article. It's finna be like 2,500 different protests nationwide on the 18th. And this for our people. Y'all better not participate in them peaceful protests because they're going to turn into violence. Somewhere, shape, form, or fashion, nothing's good going to come out of it. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Evil meaning bad. Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment, right? Let's drop down a little more. Keep thee far from verse 7, keep thee far from a false matter. It's a false matter. This is a staged protest. They even already saying they're going to have paid actors. Because you know how DJ is, how he get down. He blaming it on Antifa already. So the politicians, they blame it on Antifa and Hamas. They say you pro-Hamas if you go to this No Kings 2 rally, right? Keep thee far from a false matter, and the innocent and righteous slay thou not, for I will not justify the wicked. And these for the paid people, our politicians too, that's of our nation, that's cleaving to who? These Egyptians. Verse 8, and thou shalt take no gift, which DJ does on a regular basis, for the gift blindeth the wise and perverteth the words of the righteous, right? Now let's get to this article. Fair use is in full effect. See, they trying to rebrand it. They trying to stir up the people so they can have a reason to do martial law, right? This came out 2 days ago from celebrities. Hate America rally. Republicans hint at violent response to No Kings 2 protesters. Saturday, October the 18th, could go down as a pivotal day in the history of the United States. Millions of Americans furious at the Trump regime are gathering at over 2,500 locations nationwide for No Kings 2, which is being billed as the largest peaceful protest in American history. When they should say peace and safety, you know what happens after that? What is that? Shalaki, 1 Timothy 5. Let's see. They just said the same thing about the little situation over in the Gaza Strip, but look what happened. They already violated the ceasefire deal. right? And then when they've been violating the ceasefire deal over in Lebanon, they just hit them with over 20 airstrikes this week. Might have been yesterday. 1 Thessalonians 5:3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then suddenly destruction comes upon them as travail upon a woman, and they shall not escape. Don't trust your enemy. You go around and congregate with their ass if you want to and see what happens. You're going to get pepper sprayed like them police did up in Chicago. The key word there is peaceful. This is a core objective with organizers 5501 saying their past protests peacefully mobilized millions of people to take to the streets and declare with one voice, America has no kings. Y'all must ain't told DJ that. He didn't get that message. But while the protests may not be violent, they probably try to say, it certainly sounds like Trump's goons are itching to crack some skulls. Republicans have renamed this the Hate America, Shalakia. Republicans have renamed this the Hate America rally, saying it will be filled by the Antifa, pro-Hamas, and the terrorist wing. What do the terrorist wing mean? At an event in Florida, Trump told attendees, the Democrats, see how they trying to pit you against each other, right? We're going to get that too out of Isaiah 19. This is all the Lord's doing. At an event in Florida, Trump told attendees, the Democrats are unleashing their radical left mobs on our streets. Antifa, BLM remnants, what does it mean? Black Lives Matter. All of them to derail our agenda. What agenda? The agenda he got, his cabinet full of billionaires. It's only going to benefit the wealthy. They trying to restrict the poor. They got to get the New World Order going on. You see all these other countries going digital. America going to be in line to do that too because they got to get you that what? RFID. No more. We'll use every federal power. Insurrection Act, if needed, swift arrest, and long prison terms. Law enforcement has my full backing to put them down. I thought it was with your First Amendment rights, huh? For free speech. You can go do peaceful protests, huh? Not no more. In a statement outside the White House on October the 9th, Trump referenced protests in Portland, cranking up the violent language. These aren't protesters. They're radical left terrorists trying to burn down our country while we secure the border. Y'all only getting rid of the Northern Kingdom, right? You ain't securing the border from them Ukraines or anybody else that come from Europe. Antifa and their Democratic enablers are funding this chaos to stop our deportations. We're cracking down hard. Federal agents are there to protect lives, and we'll arrest every single one of these anarchists. Now, you know, some states that got hip, they trying to deploy, I think in Portland, in Oregon, they trying to deploy the National Guard so they can protect the citizens against ICE. Mike Johnson said he's had it with these people, linking those involved to Hamas. They setting up a narrative to justify what they finna do to these people on the 18th. Stay away, Israel. Mike Johnson, we're so angry about it. I mean, I'm a very patient guy, but I've had it with these people. The theory we have right now, they have a Hate America rally that's scheduled for October the 18th on the National Mall. It's the pro-Hamas wing and Antifa people. NASA Administrator Sean Duffy echoed this in the morning, hinting that those involved are paid protesters. There we go. They've been bribed. That's why I read Exodus 23rd chapter, right? Do not rush to be with a multitude to do evil. They know they're going to try to get something started. Them paid actors, what they call them, insurrectionists. The No Kings protest, Maria, really frustrating. This is part of Antifa, paid protesters. It begs the question, who's funding it? Well, the last person that was funding Antifa was George Soros. Who was who? A small hatter, 48 faker. This rhetoric certainly sounds like they're laying the groundwork for a violent state response to this dissent. Sure do. The preparations are already ready, with talking heads in the media insisting those in attendance are backed by terrorist groups and intending to cause damage to America itself, or the RKO. Consequences sound brutal. How else are we to read Trump saying, how else are we to read Trump saying that cops have his full backing to put them down? We're going to see how this play out. Will it be violent this weekend? We shall see. This is the bloody city. So if you attend this weekend, take care of yourself. The Trump administration is busy painting a target on your back as we speak. And given their recent history of violence, expect the worst. They even know they violent, huh? Let's get a couple more verses, and then we'll get up out of here. Let's go to Proverbs right quick, Israel. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, that will be the elect of the house of Israel. The people rejoice. That's going to be in the kingdom. All these other nations going to be happy that we in charge. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's what they're doing right now, worldwide. They mourning, right? The king by judgment established the land, but he that receiveth gifts overthrow it. Your boy, that's all they do is take gifts. DJ, he take gifts. Then it's for his benefit, for his family's benefit, right? Let's go to Isaiah, because this is what the Lord has planned for this great country that's called the daughter of Babylon, right? Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. That's when it come to America, right? You got turmoil. That's why they're trying to do all this redistricting, right? Only thing they doing is making sure. Guess who ain't afraid to go outside? The so-called modern-day white man. Because they know they ain't finna get targeted by ICE in no way, shape, form, or fashion. Just like they know that the little rebel group they got ain't finna be touched. Let's get something else out of Jeremiah. This is a quick lesson. Jeremiah 50. Oh, Shalaki. Let me get this out of Ezekiel first. Ezekiel. What is it? Ezekiel 35. Yeah. Because the Lord got judgment coming for these Edomites, so-called modern-day white man, right? You can read this for yourself. Look at verse 3. Huh? He going to make them most desolate. Mount Seir. That was a place over in their homeland, Edom, which is modern-day Jordan, right? Look at verse 5. I'm just letting y'all see it. Read that. Ezekiel 35. We're going to get down to the to the point. Ezekiel 35. This judgment against Mount Seir, which is the Edomites, right? The modern-day so-called white man. Ezekiel 35:11. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, the Most High Power, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. Who is it them? Us, the Israelites. And I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee, right? The world finna witness the power of the Almighty Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, because he finna bring down these Edomites. Right? Look at this, verse 12. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying they are laid desolate. They are given to us to consume, right? Guess who just put out an order to the CIA to go at them boys over in Venezuela? They want a regime change. Told y'all it was never about no drug smuggling. They want a regime change. So he didn't authorize the CIA, the spy network, to do some illegal shit to go over there and overthrow Nicolas Maduro, who might or might not be a 12 tribes member. But the majority of the people of Venezuela are the tribe of Asher. So you messing with the people, the Lord's people. Right? Thus with your mouth you have boasted against me, Salaki, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Yeah. And here go the point down in 15. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, in all Idumea, meaning all the white people, the modern day white people, so-called white people. Idumea, just a Greek way of saying Edom, even all of it, and they shall know that I am Yahweh, right? As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, in all Idumea, even all of it. And they shall know that I am Yahweh. Let's get one more. Get a couple of more. Let's go down to Jeremiah 51. That's Babylon, which is America. Read that, because through the Spirit, it's America is Babylon the Great, Egypt, Assyria, Sodom. Oh, them Venezuelans, they didn't clicked up with Russia. They dealing, they getting stuff that they need to prepare their oil from Russia now. They ain't getting it from America no more. All these other countries, because of these tariffs, they turning on this country. And all the other things they've done, sanctions, they all getting around it. So like, let's go down to my point. Yeah. Shalaki. Let's jump on down. Yeah. He's telling us to flee from out of his place, right? My people, go ye out of the midst of her and deliver ye. Jeremiah 51:45. My people, meaning you so-called modern day African Americans, Native Americans, and Latinos. My people, go ye out of the midst of her and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of Yahweh. Right? Because like he just said, he finna set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. We're going to go back to that because he didn't mingle the perverse spirit amongst these so-called Americans. And lest your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that, in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler, right? They've been putting in y'all head since Biden was the president. That these migrants causing problems. Antifa, right? When DJ was the president the first time, when Antifa and BLM was out doing a little protest because of the corruption that's in this country, right? Therefore, behold, the days come that I will do judgment upon the graven images of Babylon, and her whole land shall be confounded, and all her slain shall fall in the midst of her. These people confounded. They don't know what to do, right? Let's see. Yeah. It's for the leaders. 57, Jeremiah 51:57. And I will make her princes, Salaki, and I will make drunk her princes, and her wise men, her captains, and her rulers, and her mighty men. And they shall sleep a perpetual sleep and not wake, saith the king, whose name is Yahweh of hosts. Right? All this they done set up, right? With their little witchcraft, propaganda. It's going to fail. Don't y'all go to them motherfucking rallies. They already letting y'all know that it's going to be violence, because that's what they thinking. Shalaki, let's go back. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit. Isaiah 19 again. Isaiah 19:12. Where are they? Where are thy wise men? And let them tell thee now, and let them know what Yahweh of hosts have purpose upon Egypt. Drop down to 14. Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Right? The people are upset. The big, beautiful plan ain't for the poor, ain't for the common folk. It's only for the rich. They say they have no king. Let's go up to 4. Right? Isaiah 19, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. That's DJ. And a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. See, the rest of the people, the rest of the little Edomites, they hip to it. DJ want to rule forever over here. He want complete global dominance. He want to be the king of the world. They already souping y'all up. What it say? Never trust thine enemy. Let's get that, and we'll end it on that. Y'all go over there and partake in their activities if you want to. You're going to get fucked up with them. Let me see. Yeah. Ecclesiastes 12:3. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. Who are always occupied in evil? These Edomites. Look at this. Verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and that's of our nation. 2/3. It's going to be some us sprinkled through their little crowds, I bet you. Because they cleave to the ways of these Edomites with their political system, right? They drunk of the wine and they love it, right? For the Most High hateth sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Let's jump to the point. Verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Y'all better not go to them rallies. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Said, I'm not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a trauma that is bitten with a serpent? Just like when they rolled out that thing in 2020 to see if everybody fall for it. And now these people, I got family members. Now they just dropping, you hear me? Just going to sleep. So if you go and participate in these little rallies that they finna have on the 18th nationwide, and something happen to you, you get hit with the weapon, with one of them weapons they got that they've been preparing for, that's on you. Who will pity a trauma that is bitten with a serpent, or such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? Soon as y'all go speaking together, y'all gonna be marching together. For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. They finna gather y'all all together over there with them little rallies, and them little paid actors, them provocateurs, gonna set it off. Y'all gonna be caught up in the midst of it. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He shall shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. These Edomites, man, they know they got but a short time. And they know the gig is up because they even their own people starting to realize that they've been duped. Right? They've been duped. So again, Israel, Exodus 23:2, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. Right? Fair use, fair use. Look at that, storm slams into Alaska. You got the CIA giving the cruel king that gave the CIA authority to go and try to do a regime change in Venezuela. Now, where's the uproars at from the people around the world? Don't worry. Russia, Iran, and China got their back. Look at Mitt Romney. His sister-in-law was found dead on the street near a California shopping mall. No, you can get no news on that. Shalakia. It was something that came up here. Oh, yeah. Look at this sedition among men. That's going to be in full effect, too. Because in a minute, they ain't going to regard their princes or the kings. So that second Esdras 15 taking full effect. But look at that. Here go an example of that right here. Now, this happened back in April, but they just putting it out. Pennsylvania man pleads guilty in arson attack at governor's mansion while Shapiro's family slept. He did the attack on April 13th. A man who scaled an iron security fence in the middle of the night eluded police and used beer bottles filled with gasoline to ignite the occupied Pennsylvania's governor's mansion, pleaded guilty Tuesday to an attempted murder of Governor Josh Shapiro. Now, he had a whole mansion. You telling me, yeah, okay. Look at this. Sound like an Edomite named Cody Balmer also entered pleas to terrorism. 22 counts of arson, aggravated arson, burglary, aggravated assault, 21 counts of reckless endangerment, and loitering in the April 13th attack that caused millions of dollars in damage to the state-owned brick building. Under the plea, he was sentenced to 25 to 50 years. Man, whatever. Let's get back. This going to be the last one. Because like I say, they just trying to figure out a way how they can come with this martial law. Esau's house is divided. Mark the 3rd chapter. So y'all go ahead and have y'all little rallies. Salaki. But we won't participate in it. We know this is the purpose of the Lord. To bring down who? Babylon the Great. Right? It's the Lord speaking. Yeah. I'm going to start at 15. I started at 14. 2nd Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of the pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right? They trying to get y'all to go at each other. That's why they came up with these peaceful protests. They call them peaceful. But the president already said that they might turn violent, which means might be some action somewhere. So Israel, again, stay away from them rallies. Let them Edomites do their thing. Their house is divided. For because of the pride of the city for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. These things are coming to America. And if y'all don't believe that, let's see. See if we can find it in there. We're going to get it out of, is it 13? Let me see. Yeah. Isaiah 13 and 9, behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Yeah. Who is the sinners? Of the house of Israel. That's 2/3. But we know the other nations weren't given the law, so we know they outright sinners too. Verse 11, and I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Let's jump down a little bit more. You see that? That's for the Israelites that's joined to them. The wicked Israelites. Everyone, verse 15, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them, who, these Edomites, shall fall by the sword. Because the Lord going to stir up the Medes. They just had a 2-hour meeting. Salakia. There it is. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. These things about to come true to Babylon the Great. For what? It's for the controversy of Zion. Because of your perpetual hatred for your brother. There it is right there. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Soon, because of these tariffs, supply chain finna start fucking up. Food supplies finna be scarce. They already saying in November, them SNAP benefits finna get cut off for millions of Americans. And you know what happens when people get hungry. Shit, violence. They do anything to eat. Yahweh is working his mighty work. He have divided the house of Esau, Edom. Mark 3 and 23, and he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but half an end. Your end is coming, Esau. They calling it the Hate America rally, y'all. Edomite on Edomite. Let them folks be. Don't y'all go down there and join hand in hand with them. Saturday, October the 18th. Guess what it is right here? We one day closer to the kingdom. Shalom.